Hello, I'm Billy Fenning. I'm the senior leader at All Nations Christian Centre. Here's my thought for the week. For the past 7 weeks, we've been meeting here at All Nations each morning at 6 a.m. to 7, seeking the face of God. There is a burden upon us that God would move in our nation, particularly in this time when there's so much confusion with Brexit and the government. Our nation needs prayer. In fact, those in the world need to know the reality of the gospel. They need to know that there is hope. There is a living hope found in Jesus Christ. But we as the church, we have the means and the authority to seek the face of God, to bind the strong man and to spoil his goods. I recently read the story of David bringing the Ark of the Covenant back to Jerusalem. It was a day of great celebration. They were celebrating, they were dancing, they were praising God. They were bringing the Ark back on a new cart. And suddenly as it stumbled, Uzzah put his hand out and he was struck dead. Celebration stopped. David was concerned, more than concerned. He was in a period now of despair. Why should God strike Uzzah dead by putting his hand on the Ark of the Covenant? As a result of looking at what had gone wrong, he sought the face of God. He realized the problem was not the Ark of the Covenant, because God was blessing the family where the Ark had been placed. The problem was they didn't have divine order in bringing the Ark back to Jerusalem. They brought the Ark back on a new cart. They were driving the Ark back on their own initiative. And somehow, I think there's a story and a lesson for us as the church. We think that we too can manipulate the hand of our God. All we have to do is name and claim and put out our hand and receive the blessing. And we think that revival can come if we just try and manipulate God by doing certain things. And so we need to learn the divine order of things. And as David looked at the plan, he realized that the Ark of the Covenant could not be carried on a new cart. The Ark of the Covenant had to be on the shoulders of the priests. The burden of the glory of God needed to be on their shoulders, not on a new cart. And also, they had to sacrifice along the way. And in this season of prayer, we have been burdened that nothing comes easy. There is a sacrifice to be made. One of time, one of standing in the gap, and, well, it's war. And I pray that we at All Nations will understand that we are called not to play games, but we are called to be people of war. The kingdom of God suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. So as we look at the story of David and the Ark of the Covenant, let us not try and drive God's blessing by a performance, by a new program, but let us seek the face of our God, that God would revive us again in the midst of years. God bless you.